I apologize for the AC, but we're going to talk some more about intermittent fasting. I'm going to try to branch off a bit and do another topic. I want to continue on some weight loss videos, some nicotine quitting videos. Intermittent fasting 100% does work. What you do, you have strictly water and black coffee in a non-eating window period, right? So you can do 12 hours on off, 16, that's like a starter, 12 hours. 16's like the average. Then you can go to 20 or OMAD, 1 meal a day. I recommend starting at 12 off, 12 on, and then going to 16. I practice 16 every day. I've been doing it for a few years. Sometimes on the weekend in the mornings I'll have breakfast and I'll break it just to shock my body. Or honestly, when I'm not working, I tend to get more hungry. That's why, like, when people are bored, they eat. So it works out good for me because I work overtime quite a bit. So when I stop eating at 7 at night, I sleep, I work out in the morning, I'm not really hungry, and then I have my lunch at 11:30 a.m. So it's like 16 plus hours every day. Now, if you were already thin, don't ever try to intermittent fast. Instead of your body will eat into your muscle rather than your fat. So if you're skinny, don't practice intermittent fasting. You got to have some weight, some chunk to you. And your body will use that as like an energy source. That's the whole point of it. 2, if you're not working, maybe extend your fasting period. For me, it gets a little hard like on hours 14 to 16 because I'll be working all morning and I'm burning calories and I'll get pretty fatigued around 10 to 10:30. I'll get really tired. I'll feel it my last hour of my fast. And then when I eat, I'll get my pep back again. And I'm also on low carbs, so I'm not getting like sugar or carbs. But my energy source is more of like proteins and fats, right? Then I'll be able to make it in the evening. I also abuse caffeine, which all of you know, that helps me. But the fasting, I do feel it. Back when I was like laid off and I was doing 16 hours, I could do 16 to 20 quite easily when I wasn't working because you're not really doing as much. Like I'd work out, but working, labor on top of it, you'll feel it into your final hours because your body, you're going to be more hungry. But if you can adjust according to your schedule, if you're very labor intensive and you're doing more physical things, maybe don't try 20 hours, stick to like 16, which can still be quite a bit hard. It all depends on your schedule, right? But it will work. I went down 120 pounds. I have videos up of my weight loss progress, my sobriety progress. I talk about alcoholism quite a bit. But yeah, intermittent fasting, I have over 4 years of experience with it. And you'll learn that hunger is just your body's way. It's telling you it's eating the fat, right? We as a society, it's become so easy to just go and get fast food, to get foods at a grocery store when, back in the day it was like hunter-gatherer type stuff. Cavemen had to go out and spear things and eat it. They would rely on the fat source to survive. Now it's like people just get so fat from just doing nothing and eating all the time, and all it is all fat is an energy storage. It's a store of energy, and when people are severely obese, it's just from being complacent and living a sedentary life, and they're not using their energy storage. You have to look at it like that. When I was 300 pounds, like it all went away, and now I'm thin and I'm pretty fit. I work out quite a bit. You want to integrate the gym, do a diet regimen, maybe do portion control with fasting, maybe cut out carbs. Sugars are the devil. If you intake a lot of soda and sugars are in everything, man. When you start really watching your nutrition guides and following the back of labels, you're going to realize sugar is in everything. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of sugar. But there's a stat back in the 1920s, the average family had like, in an entire family, it was like less than 40 grams of sugars per week. And I think it's in like the thousands now. Like it's like 30, 40x. Don't quote me, but it's like a drastic change in sugar intake. Sugar's put in everything. Even like skim milk, I can't have skim milk. You know what I mean? Almond milk is great for that. I slept on almond milk for quite a long time. Almond milk is phenomenal. Unsweetened. You can't get it sweetened. It has sugar in it. But it's like a lifesaver, that stuff. It's awesome and barely any carbs. But there's a lot of alternatives. There's like almonds. There's ways you can cook cauliflower to make it like mac and cheese. It doesn't taste the best. Nothing's ever going to taste like the crappy processed foods we're used to. And I'll still have a cheat day once in a while, but even that can hinder your weight loss. I've regained a tiny bit of weight from having a cheat day every weekend. Like, you can't really do that. Maybe keep it to like once a month. I learned the hard way. I put like 5 pounds of fat back on. I monitor that and I adjust accordingly. My girlfriend can eat whatever she wants and she loses weight, so it doesn't. It's from working. She works very hard. So, like, if she wasn't working, she would be chunky monkey. Same with me. Like, working keeps us... The gym and work is what keeps me thin. If I wasn't working, I would just really cut back on portions and work out a little harder. It's all a balance, right? But intermittent fasting is a great tool. And mixed with low carb, no sugar, you'll melt fat, honestly. You don't want to lose weight too quick, right? Like 2 pounds a week. If you're accelerating faster, not if you're very big. I mean, there's different circumstances. I mean, on The Biggest Loser, people were losing like 20, 30 pounds in a week, but they were also 400 or 500 pounds. It does work. It can be hard. You have to master the hunger and look at food in a different light. A lot of people, it's like a coping mechanism. It's like a drug. It soothes their emotion, right? And they're just brought up to just drink sodas and cupcakes and Snickers bars, and that's just what it is. It's all junk. It's terrible energy. And you just have salads, certain fruits, almonds, avocados, like good fat sources. And you just learn to... I do it day in and day out now. I've been doing keto since 2020, fasting since 2018. And the mixture of both is how I really ramp down the weight loss. That and working out and working, right? It's all these things. And if you're not working, you lower your portions, eat healthier with the other two things, and it will work. If you're working, you can ramp up how much you're eating to have more energy source. Like, I'm pretty sure we walk 7+ miles a day just at work, and I'm already working out, and I try to do more calisthenics and cardio on the weekends. Make gym like an addiction, right? Get into it, flow with it. It's not fun at first. There's a saying, staying in shape is not hard, getting into shape is. And it's true. Once you're there, you're good. Like, I can go and do a full pump regimen on NAT muscle groups and do cardio, and it's nothing. For someone who's not used to it, they're going to be very sore, they're going to be very tired, and they're not going to want to continue doing it. You have to get through the first month or two and stick with it, and you'll look forward to it. It feels good. It's rewarding, and you won't get as stiff. The stiffness will go away. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video on some fitness, and it does work. And consistency is key. And there's many tools you can do. Portion control, calories in, calories out. Count your macros. Cut out sugars. Cutting out sugars, if you have a very high density sugar diet, you'll lose 20 pounds in the first month or two, which is quite a bit of weight loss, but that's what will happen. If you cut sugars out alone and you cut out breads and sugars, you're going to lose weight. Like, it's crazy. Drink more waters, Powerade, Gatorade Zeros. Your palate will change. I'm so used to no sugar that when I have a cheat day, it's almost like I get a sugar high and like it's overwhelming. And you're not supposed to be intaking that much sugar. It's terrible for you. It's really bad for your heart too. It's look up heart health with sugar. Like, high sugar intake is worse for you than high cholesterol in some cases. It's true. I had my labs done 3 years into my dieting. I don't eat dirty keto where I just eat fast food burgers and take the buns. I don't do that stuff all the time. I eat a lot of greens, a lot of healthy fats. I'm more of a clean keto, but I'll also like break my carb limit with watermelon and strawberries. I'm weird. I I sort of fixate my own diet. I'm not super strict, but I also won't eat bacon and burger every day like some people. And there's people that lose a lot of weight doing that, but they could really be risking their heart health. But I had labs done on my cholesterol, and it came back perfectly fine 3 years in, because my family, some of them don't eat very healthy, and they were really concerned with my heart. And I tried to tell them, like, your sugar intake's worse for your heart than mine. And my labs proved that. So they sort of laid off of me a bit, because they're like, oh, your heart, your cholesterol, blah, 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 blah. Well, my labs came back perfectly fine. Now, we'll see in 2 more years if my cholesterol goes up. I'll cut out the red meats and go more green, right? That's what you have to do. But it is what it is. It's just family looking out for you. But you're always going to crave those sweets, man. Like, there's every weekend I'll be like, man, a cheat day, because I love Chinese food. I love pizza. I love it all. And my girlfriend loves it too. Like, we can eat together like hogs. We can, can't we? Her and I get the frick down, dude, and I'll outdo her on my cheat days. She eats like this all week, and then I'll have a cheat day, and I'll just smoke past her with like Oreos. I get it in, so then I'm good for a few weeks. But doing that every weekend, I did gain a bit of weight back, but you do it once a month. It is very fun. It's very fun, but you will be very careful, because you will feel bad the next day, and it does mess with your body, like cutting out carbs and sugar and then doing it for a day. It's not good. So if you can just stick with just low carb purely for months, I recommend that. I've done it for 3+ months. You'll get your best results that way. Having a cheat day every month or two is where you want to be. I was doing it every weekend, and it can work depending on your gym regimen. If you step up the gym regimen, watch your portions when you're back on your diet. But I was eating like a lot of low carb foods. My portions were out of control, and you'll gain weight back. And if you go back on carbs for like 3 weeks, you're definitely going to put on some weight because of your glucogen levels, glycose, all that stuff will ramp up. You're going to gain 5-10 pounds like pretty quick. And that's just the way that is. But yeah, it's enough. I just wanted to talk on dieting a bit. Anyone can do it. You just got to put the sodas down, the energy drinks down, like, just get obsessed with looking at the nutrition labels, like the loaded sugars. Sugars equal carbs, like 70 some grams in a soda can. That's insanity, dude. Like, if you look at the sugar content in a baggie, it's like loaded with sugar. And in turn, it's just going to wreak havoc on your body. So just make it a lifestyle and stick to it, and it will work. You'll learn to not miss the stuff as much. You'll see it as like, I see people eating pizza, macaroni and cheese, and soda every day. And it's just like, it's affecting them, you know? And hey, if you're an athlete and you're eating like that and you're burning those calories, like Michael Phelps, I guess he eats like trash and eats 8,000-10,000 calories a day, but he's burning that off. He's an Olympic athlete. It's different than someone just sitting on their butt watching reality TV, you know what I mean? Where they're just packing on weight. These athletes burn those calories and carbs. That's completely different. Like, just like if you ramp up your gym day the next day after eating like crap, you can counteract it. I tend to do that after a cheat day. I'll go a little harder. You know, that's what you have to do. It's a balance. That's all it is. But yeah, that's about it. Love you. Let's take it easy.